we have our top intern coach, entrepreneur, business consultant, and motivational speaker, Jeremiah Boa, being with us this morning. We'll be having a conversation with him before our contestants join us this morning. Akwaba, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm well.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
How long has it been on the show for you so far? 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Yeah, about 3 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your take? What have you seen? Are you impressed?
I think that this is great. It moves away from the normal school thing that we do in Ghana where people just chew and pour back stuff. But this time they are learning how to think, they're learning how to analyze things, they're developing hands-on skills, and I think that this is a great opportunity for them to really get better at what they do. Congratulations
to you and all that you're doing for these young ones. But if we say a coach on top intern, can you mention the 3 things that you look out for in each contestant?
Well, for me, primarily, I want to see the ability to think.
Okay.
Not just, you see, many times people are said to be good, and they are good because they know how to memorize stuff and pour it back. But how can you move away from memorizing stuff to pour it back to actually thinking? Because in the real world, they don't ask you to define stuff. They don't ask you to list stuff. Problems just come in any shape or form, and they're supposed to dissect the problem and find a solution to it. Yeah. So I'm looking at the ability to think. Okay. That is important to me. But beyond the ability to think, how well are you able to work with others? Because even if you're an entrepreneur, you don't always have the opportunity to choose your colleagues at work. So people of varying temperaments, ethnicity, understanding, how well are you able to work in a team? I'm also looking out for that. And then how well are you able to communicate your thoughts? Because you can be brilliant, but if you can't speak what you know, nobody will really listen to you. Right. So how can you communicate your thoughts?
So these are the 3 top things you look out for in each contestant. We are told 2 of them have been evicted already, so we are down to 10, 10 of them. Now, do you have any questions for Mr. Boabing before we move on?
So far, what are your thoughts about all the contestants, your general assessment of them?
I think they're great. I mean, comparing them to many of the young graduates that I meet, I think at this point they have a lot of confidence. They see everybody trying to fit in, beat the drums. But these guys are great and they are willing to ask deep questions.
One last one before Bella takes over. Employers are complaining incessantly that when they get on the job market, the products that they find from our universities are nothing to write home about. It's as though when you employ them, you would have to go through training all over again from scratch. With these people, is it the same thing?
Well, so to be honest, these people are a collection of the very best you can find.
Okay.
Because I'm also one of the employees who's complaining. Because you hire people and you basically have to retool them right from scratch. And school says it's not their work, but it has to be their work. Because if you are an organization and you're supposed to produce a product for industry, we industry have a say in the quality of products that you are giving us. But these people are different. They're bold, they're ambitious, they're willing to give a try. So I will recommend them for any organization. They are good cohort to start with.
Okay. Amazing. Anyway, now let's hand over to our host of Top Intern, Bella Mundi, who takes over now with the contestants.
Well, so we balloted earlier. They have been put in 2 groups, group 1 and group 2. And even after that, we balloted to find out who will do his or her presentation first. And so group 2 will go first. And so we'd like to invite them. They have come up with a business presentation for Sunshine Restaurants who are low on sales and are looking for ways to improve upon their business and, of course, increase sales. So here they come, group 2. You're welcome. We have Raphael, Portia, Nanayao, come in. Raphael, Portia, Nanayao, Stephen, and of course, we also have Abraham. And these are 5 of them who are going to present their ideas to us. And then from there, of course, our judges will decide.
So we read out the task of the day.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we did. Okay. So are you ready? You have a solution for Sunshine Restaurant? All right, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, and then good morning to our viewers at home. All right, so this is group 2, and then this is the solution we have for Sunshine Restaurant. We've named it Revitalizing Sunshine Restaurant. Okay. We want to be able to take you on a journey on how we want to upskill Sunshine Restaurant, bring it back to business. We begin by understanding the reason for our decline. Why are we losing business? First, we are losing business because our competition is using more efficiency than we are. He is targeting more of the current generation. The demographic are people who are looking for emerging trends, people who are looking for new ways to have a better restaurant experience. So we are losing business to our competition. Then also our location. We are in a new environment, and then there is construction of new buildings and so on going there. So that is also disrupting our ambience. So we are also looking at that. Then the changing consumer preference. Our consumers are people who are looking out for consistency in taste. The food is good, but then it will not be okay if they taste it this way today and then tomorrow they find a different thing. We exist as a restaurant to serve people food. So that is also an issue. Then our marketing strategies. We've also realized that Sunshine Restaurant is using an outdated marketing strategy. They are just waiting for people to walk in, which is not enough. And at this point of the year, and then in this age, you need to carry the business to the customer. So this is what we are proposing for Sunshine Restaurant.
Okay.
Next slide, please. Now, the target audience. Which people should Sunshine Restaurant be looking at? Sunshine Restaurant should be looking at young professionals, people who are seeking to get an upscale dining experience. They want to come, have peace of mind, a good ambience, to enjoy their food and then go home. These are the people Sunshine should be targeting. And then also food enthusiasts. You'll find a lot of food vloggers around now. People go around tasting food and then they are giving their recommendations on social media whatsoever. You can be a business, you'll not keep in touch with people, but then you'll be losing customers even though you've not got in touch of them. So these are the people that Sunshine Restaurant should be targeting. Next, please. This is the strategy we want to give to Sunshine Restaurant. Number one, Sunshine needs to diversify the menu. Now there are more people going vegan. So you can't be a restaurant and just be giving people meat. There should be a preference for everyone. Also, we need to streamline the menu. In streamlining the menu, we want to reduce the wait time so that when people come, what it is they are looking for, they get exactly that, but then with very low time. And then we want to revamp the restaurant decor. The decor is outdated. Now people are looking out for light, a good surrounding, good music. So we want to revamp the decor. And then we need to upgrade the services and operations. People want to have comfort. Once they click, they are able to get their thing going. So that is what Sunshine Restaurant should be looking at. Let's upgrade the services so that people in the comfort of their homes will be able to order food and then make their orders. Next slide, please. Now, we also need to leverage on technology. So in leveraging on technology, we need to integrate a system where people can make online orders and then they can make reservations and then use online systems to pay. So before coming to the restaurant, they know they have a table. Currently, Sunshine doesn't have that, so they will need to do that. Also, Sunshine needs to get a personalized marketing approach. They should have targeted people because our audience were demographics of people who are within the business class, as well as people who are just looking for good food and then a good ambience. Sunshine should also have a targeted campaign at those people. So we are using personal selling to be able to get our audience. Next slide, please. Then in implementing our strategy, we need to have loyalty programs. So birthday discounts. If someone is walking into our restaurant and then it's the person's birthday, we need to be able to give the people some discount. We need to give them points and reward. It will not be fair to have regular customers who are loyal to us. When they come, based on the number of times they approach us, we will give them vouchers. Then they'll be able to use that to have meals in our restaurant on their next visit. Then referral programs. You refer a friend, you the referrer, we give you a discount. The person you referred also gets a discount. Next slide, please. Now we also need to optimize Sunshine. So first of all, we need to train our staff. Our staff cannot be people who only know how to make local dishes or they know how to make only Ghanaian dishes. Once we have upgraded to vegan, let's train our staff so that they'll be abreast with the current trends and what people are looking out for. They'll communicate better with customers as they come in. Then the kitchen organization. We need to have a state-of-the-art kitchen where if people walk in, they'll be able to find that this is a hygienic place and then I'm consuming good food. Then an improved table setting. The ambience should be great and then okay for us. Next slide, please. Now in conclusion, every business needs to be revitalized. So for that reason, you need to have a deep understanding of the market. It is not enough to stay at home and then get people to come and then visit the place. People want their business to get to them. Also, you need to have an outline plan. You need to do an analysis of your restaurant from point to point. So even though we've given you a marketing strategy, you need to be able to fine-tune it to suit you. It may not be blanket and then open to everyone. If it's not working, you tweak and then you make adjustments as you go. Then you need to adopt new ways of finding your customers. So people who need to have an excellent customer experience. And then we need to have an increased customer satisfaction. When they come, they should be okay. Then there should be modern ways of operation. Then an overall increase in sales once we are done with this. Then finally, we need to build a brighter future for Sunshine Restaurant. Now, our call to action. What do we need from Sunshine Restaurant? Number one, we encourage all members to be familiar with this strategy. We want people to come. So if you are not on board with this, we move you out. Bring people who are in line with our business. Then we need to work together to ensure that the team goes along with what we have in mind. Then finally, the journey, it must be a journey for all of us. If you are not on board, you don't think that this is something you can go with, you are not helping the business. We need to take you out and then bring people in. So this is how we'll be able to help Sunshine Restaurant. Thank you.
Nice.
I feel like clapping for you.
Nice. Maybe you should clap at this point. I think that was good. Straight to the point. Jeremiah, would you start and then we'll come in?
I'm impressed. And unbeknownst to you, one of the businesses I run is a restaurant.
Oh.
And I'm impressed
You
about
didn't bring us food?
I'll bring you food. I'm impressed about how they've been able to understand how a restaurant operates. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who can think, not just people who know stuff. And you've shown me a lot of thinking, how you've been able to understand how a restaurant operates, all the key parts. And that's great. And I like your visual presentation. I think it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's well organized. That's great. The confidence is on point. The presentation is on point. A few things. So when you are thinking about the cause of a problem, you first would want to think of starting from within. Before you think about the competition, we as a business, what are we doing wrong? What does the restaurant sell? Food. If people are stopped coming to the restaurant, the first question you want to ask is our food great? So you think first about the food, the product that you are selling, before you think about all the other external factors that you can't control. You can't control your competition, you can compete with them. But you compete with the competition on the product, right? So I wanted to see you guys prioritize the product first before any other thing, right? And then I saw your marketing strategy. You're talking about social media, but you're talking about personalized marketing. But I didn't see the connection. But I think that this has been a great presentation.
I agree.
Can we
Let me just come in. Let me just come in quickly. I wanted to ask a few questions, and I wrote down a few things because, again, great strategy. But it looks like your strategy is hinged on cost, and this is a company that's running low, you know, on sales. And so if you're saying that we want to bring in young food enthusiasts like the food bloggers to come and try our food, these are people who don't work for free. You're going to have to dole out some cash to get them to give you the reviews, whether you like it or not. And then you talk about discounts. So there's birthday discounts, there's referral discounts, all of that. That means that you're losing out on the little money that you might be making as well. So how do you then scale up if the major problem is the fact that you're not making enough money and yet you're going to spend all that money?
Yes. So before the answer, let me just also add, I observed that they also mentioned decor, redoing the decor. That's cost as well. So if you're not making any money or sales are very low. So to add to Bella's point, how do you change or revamp the decor?
You should become business consultants.
We are learning from you.
How do you revamp that? How do you change that?
Let me ask a question also, and then
can they respond to that so that they don't get it mixed up? Then you come in with your question. Who would want to respond?
Right.
You've done the presentation. You should allow your team members to respond.
Respond to your question. Then
and
the
then
team
they
members will take the rest. All right. So the part about getting birthday discounts, giving referrals and all that, the idea is that the restaurant is not getting walk-ins. So we need people to come into the restaurant. Now you need to find a way to incentivize them to be able to come in. They will not just come in because you say we have a new place, it's all good, it's all nice. No, something must be able to bring them there. So that is more like sales promotion. where you are incentivizing the customer. Once you have people that can relate to that message you are selling, you will get them to come in. Then when they come in, you'll be able to cut down costs gradually. Here is the case. The restaurant is working. You are paying bills, you are paying for water, electricity, but you are not even getting people coming in. So you need to get the people in. Then, like we said, you fine-tune the strategy as you go on. So as they come in, you'll be able to...
So this is more of long-term, not a short-term fixation of the problem.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And just as our marketing expert made mention of, the problem, first of all, has to be solved within. So that's why we made mention of the fact that we have to, first of all, diversify our menu, where we'll take into consideration those who are vegans and not just only meat eaters or prepare anything out there. So first of all, we have to look within ourselves and then diversify our menu to suit all manner of people, and also to streamline our menu where maybe, let's say, when a customer walks in, let's say ideally our meals are spicy, but then there's someone who doesn't want spicy meals. So when our customer walks in, he or she can customize the food to his or her preference so that it will not affect one side. Exactly. So that's what I basically...
But that's done by competition already. So how does that make you stand out? Because if I go to a restaurant and I say I want to order maybe catfish, but I don't want it too spicy, I'll tell you that don't make it too spicy. That already exists in the other restaurants.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yes, it do exist, but not in all restaurants. So here we are talking about customization.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, not in all restaurants.
Okay.
But why are you not considering the taste of your food at the moment, but you're actually considering adding onto the menu with vegan meals and all? The problem may be the taste.
Exactly. So just as our marketing expert made mention of,
You seem to be relying on
Exactly.
You must be tired of referring to me.
yes. So when we talk about a restaurant, the first thing that comes into everybody's mind, of course, is our meal. So first of all, we'll have to improve on the quality of our meal and also the taste of our meal. Yes, so that it will be consistent, because there might be days where maybe it tastes good or it looks salty. There might be days where maybe it doesn't taste good. So we have to be consistent in our quality of meal and also.
I see.
All right.
Nah,
Are you
had
done
a
answering
question.
the questions?
Yeah.
So-
So you want to respond as well?
You want to respond? Okay.
Miss Cookie asked about the ambience and the cost involved. So when you want to raise or improve the ambience of a place or the decor with all that, in as much as it's expensive, I feel like it's choices. We already have some of the things. Placements also, with decor, placements also come in place. We can work with what we have already and then improve how we have positioned them to increase the whole ambience and of the surrounding. So you don't really need enough money. You can work with the little that you have. So for instance, if we are doing a buffet dining, we can change it
To what?
to probably something which is more personalized.
A la
So
carte.
A la carte, you mean?
Yes. Or the one where the waiter comes, you see there are some restaurants that when you get there, they tell you, you see them prepare the food.
Okay.
You get
Live
it.
cooking.
Yeah, live cooking. We can use those ones.
But it depends on the setup of the restaurant. Because if
Exactly.
you don't have an open kitchen,
Exactly.
then how do you... That means you have to break the walls, and that's cost. To open up your
Yes.
kitchen for
Yes.
whoever
Yes.
maybe.
You
So
started
that's
answering the
cost.
question very,
Very
well.
beautiful.
And then,
Yes, very
unfortunately,
beautiful.
you
But the
indicted
end,
yourself.
Yeah, so basically, we would work with what we have and then we'll take it from there.
Ocho, wap him. It's okay. We won't bother again. Nah.
So I wanted to ask why, if we could just go back to the reason for your decline, the slide on the reason for decline. Okay, never mind that. So you listed the reasons for your decline. I expected the next slide to address or to profess solutions to the reasons for your decline. So understanding the decline was amazing. Your competition, your location,
Yeah. That
changing your consumer preferences and your marketing strategies. These were the reasons for your decline. When I expected the next slide to address these, but for instance, you said that if the restaurant is in the middle of a construction site, and so there's all this construction going on, and it's taken away from the ambience of the restaurant. I was really eager to find out what your solution to that will be, because that's a big problem. But you didn't solve the problem. You literally did. You mentioned the problem, then you started talking about other things you do rather than addressing the problem that you yourself have cited. Then you also spoke about your competition. I don't know what your big plan is outside of what you have given us, but if I could suggest something, I think our experts also mentioned it already. You can't do anything about your competition aside compete. So oftentimes, it's best to just acknowledge the competition and know what they're doing. And then you may, based on what they're doing and what's working for them, decide to learn from them and do better than them if you are able to. But your competition cannot be the reason for your decline. This is the things that they are doing that you are probably not doing well. So, sorry? So you mentioned that about your competition, but your problem location, your location problem, you're changing consumer preferences. I also wanted to ask about that. People generally, you can advise, since you are the expert so far, people generally know where to go to for what. So it's good to have sometimes niche market. So if you are a vegetarian restaurant, you know that all vegetarians, you want to attract them to come to you. If you are a meat restaurant, you want everyone to know that this is the place to come to for meat. But when you try to be, I do vegetarian, I do meat, I do pescatarian, I do no salt diets, I do diabetic diets, you might end up doing too much. You might need specialized chefs for all of these different cuisines.
Which is cost.
Which is extra cost. And you might not be known for anything. So if I could ask you, or maybe advise, perhaps you shouldn't be trying to do some of everything, but there's nothing wrong with specializing. There's nothing wrong with it, I think. I don't know if our experts would.
I agree. Do you want to come in? I just wanted to say something as well. So when you were talking about, and if we can move to the next slide, you were talking about your market target, literally.
Target market.
Yeah, target markets. And you mentioned the food enthusiasts, and then you also mentioned some young professionals. Did you do any market research to understand exactly who they are when you say young professionals? Because there are some who are professionals, but are they earning enough to be able to afford the kind of food that you're providing? And then at the same time, there may be some older people who would like to spend more and may want to try your restaurant. Did you have any, or are you catering for them as well? Because if I come in and it's a very young audience and I'm 68, I'm probably going to look at the ambience and say, I'm not sure this is my... Meanwhile, I probably would spend more than all the young professionals there combined. So what market research informed your decision to go with the young professionals instead of opening it up?
All right. On the case study that was given us, we realized that the restaurant was losing money. Specifically, the restaurant didn't have a target on which people they wanted to serve. So we decided to bring in a group for them to be able to target so that would be their niche. Now, these are people who are looking to spend money, all right, but then they want to spend it on quality food. So people who are looking for an extra edge of quality, those are the targets. Then you would also see here that we are looking at, we are also targeting locals. So it is not just the young professionals, people who are just coming in to spend, but you're also looking at people who are looking at a unique thing and they also want to support local businesses. So we had that to target audience.
They want to support local business, not that they are local residents.
They are local residents, but then they want to support what is going on in their locality.
Okay.
Coach, do you want to say final words so that we can move on?
I think we've dissected their work enough, so we should hear from the next group.
Well done, team.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so you can take your leave. And, well, that's group number 2. That was Raphael, Portia, Nanayao, Stephen, and, of course, Abraham. Now we go to group number 1. And we have Mabel, we have Yobel, Helena, Esinu, and Jethro, and they will be doing their presentation next. So please join us. Join us. It's not easy, you know.
There are more women in this group.
I know, right? Hello.
So that means you're going to be fair, right?
Yeah, we will be fair.
But we were fair with the first group, right?
Yeah,
I think we were.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
I think we were.
I love the colors.
Hey, people decided to do a presentation on...
Flipboard.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shift the chat so that we can still watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing a visual presentation on the screen and here too as well?
No,
Oh,
that's
just
for the
here.
other
screen.
group.
Okay,
No screen.
all right.
Good morning.
Please, my name is Jethro. My colleague Mabel, Yobal, Helena, and Asino.
Okay.
We are group 1, and we want to help.
Can
Jethro,
you
you need
speak
to
up a
speak up.
bit? Yes.
Sorry, we want to help Sunshine Restaurant to overcome its challenges. So the executive summary, as in statement of the problem, we have realized that Sunshine Restaurant face a decline in customer patronage, and they have and food traffic too. So in effect, it has decreased their revenue. So we did a SWOT analysis of Sunshine Restaurant, sorry, and we realized that we have already an established brand. Also, there are opportunities, which are the growing demand for online ordering, and our weaknesses are technology. We are using our data technology, so people are not able to place orders; they have to walk in and get from us. And our threats are increasing competition, and also the economic uncertainties due to fluctuations in the economy in recent times. So the causes of the decline are the quantity of food. Even though our food is tasty and quite affordable, it is portioned small, so the customers are complaining that they are not really full when they take our food. Again, our customer relations, and we had complaints from some of our clients that our staff did not relate to them well, did not have a better experience when they came to our restaurant. Again, we have not made efforts to adequately reach out to the public. We think since we are in a good location and the clients know our food already, we have not intensified our efforts to make it known to other people as well. And also, increasing competition. There are springing up restaurants in and around our new location, which are also providing better services. So it is that has caused a decline. So we want to maintain our target audience, which is the middle to high income earners. And doing that, these are the strategies we have opted to adopt, which is using customer-centric approach through surveys. We will talk to the customers, get their feedback upon how we can improve the services to them. Again, we will try and increase our quantity and quality. So we will look for ways and means to reduce our cost of production so that we can actually give more food to the people, even though they pay the same price. Also, the presence of digital ordering. So we are going to create apps and online systems that will enable people book and order the food before they get there to avoid waiting in queues and the discomfort of having to stress before getting food to eat. And also, we also organize live programs, live bands, entertainment shows. Like sometimes on Fridays, we will organize such events so that people are entertained whilst they come and have food. With the technology aspect, with the improving upon our technology, we'll employ the point of sale system, the POS, as I said earlier on, the online reservation, and the KDS, which is the kitchen display system, where the customer will have a direct communication with the kitchen staff, and in a way of telling the kitchen staff their specifications, how they want this to be done or not. It will be on the screen, so it will be like a direct chat with the customer and the client, between the customer and the client, so that everything the customer needs is present in the food before it is delivered. Then our call to action. We set on training and retraining our staff so that all the time they'll be abreast with new and equipped skills about cooking and about service delivery also in terms of food. Again, we will try to market our food and product well. Even though we have a client
You need
base,
to speak into the microphone.
even though we have a client base already, we will reach out through marketing channels, various online channels and media platforms to ensure that people or new people get to know about our food.
You
and
mean
its
marking or marketing?
Marketing.
sorry. Yeah. Marketing. So that existing and new customers will get to know about our product. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Group 1.
Oh,
You see-
since we clapped, we might as well.
We clap because they end it.
Hey, you haven't dropping everything at this point.
Wow.
We clap for the first group because they end it. We haven't clapped because you haven't earned it. You need to earn it. You see, all of life is a competition. My baba may be cutting my hair and think that there's only baba available, but if I go to another baba who gives a better treatment, I'll stay with him. So the first point, you guys haven't competed well against the first group. First, your choice of presentation. Yes, worked. yours could have worked, but it didn't work. You didn't work as right. That's the first thing I'll say. The second one I'll say is that I don't know if you are prepared to do the presentation right from the scratch, because from the beginning I could see that you didn't look like you're a prepared man. So those are the first two comments I'll make, but they're just my preamble. So let's go to your sheet on your SWOT analysis. You made a statement I found interesting. You said that you're an already established brand.
Yes, sir.
You see, I would define an established brand as a brand that has sway on its customers. You're not getting customers. You are deceiving yourself that you're an established brand. You are not. You may have been in the past, but you are no longer an established brand. Because what's the definition of a brand? A brand is a product that can have sway on people to patronize it. It doesn't matter how many people even know about it. It doesn't matter how nice the colors are. If you're not making sales, you're not an established brand. You're struggling. And you need to tell yourself that truth. So I have questioned with that. Then in one of the solutions, you propose that you're going to use point of sale. I'm asking, how does POS increase my sales? If you are solving a problem of customer decline and you want to introduce a point of sales device, how does this absence affect your sales? Can you explain that? I'd like to understand that.
Would you want to nominate a team member?
Okay. So with the point of sales system, what we realize is that most people like e-transactions, electronic transactions, and especially our target group that has high income earners there would all want to have ease of access, ease of use of their cards. And
Bring the microphone to your mouth.
yes, of their card. So we thought it wise to actually introduce a POS system to address them, to actually be able to address their concerns, which they don't like handling cash. So it's easy to come with e-cash. and
But
make
it's not
payments
part of the
there.
problems that you identified, is it? Because like
Listen.
I've created a solution looking for a problem.
No, so in the end, we're trying to.
Anyway,
No,
The
I
microphone to
think
your
they
mouth.
stated it.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Because you
demand for
mentioned that
online.
you have outdated technology.
Yes.
So if it's outdated, then
Yes,
I'm
yes,
thinking
okay.
this is the
Bring the
solution
microphone
to
to
the
your mouth.
That's true.
outdated
Yes, that's
technology.
true.
all right. But there's something you said that really for me was your biggest point. Your decision to look for lower cost before you can increase your portions is your biggest point. It gives me the feeling that you guys understand how the real world works. Because very often, for a lot of young professionals or young graduates, they're excited about increasing cost, but they don't look for ideas on how to reduce the cost. So if you're going to increase portions, then your first problem is to look for
Reduce
cheaper supplies
expenditure.
and reduce your expense. For that one, that's your biggest point, and I applaud you for that.
But does that not affect the quality? Because when I noted that down as well, and I said that yes, you're talking about reducing cost of production, that will give you more food. But if I'm looking for quality, especially because you're also targeting the middle income earners and the high income earners, I'm not going to spend that much money just because it's plenty food. I'm spending because I want quality.
So maybe that's
so if
a
you
question we
reduce your
should
cost,
re-throw to them.
how do you ensure
Yes,
that the
uh-huh.
quality is still maintained?
Yeah.
And let's throw it to the ladies. I'd like to hear your
Yes.
answer.
Okay, so thank you for that question. Looking at how we can spend less in order to be able to give self-quality food, we are looking at how we can grow what some of the produce we use in cooking for us, our customers, and also how we can partner with people who grow, like farmers, in order to get organic food from them, so that we can be able to spend less and then still be able to provide quality foods.
I like your answer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like your answer. I'm just, I'm concerned about your presentation style and a problem which you identified as not using good technology.
Exactly.
Not using, your technology is outmoded or outdated. But then you have come to present identifying a problem, which is technology, on a clipboard.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you are still in
You have a problem with outdated technology.
So,
I
so this your technology problem. You are still living it. While you try to prefer solutions to it, you are still writing on paper.
Exactly.
And you are still writing during your presentation.
Exactly. I was like,
So your technology is really outdated.
Really outdated.
yeah, I think you have POS, but you're not thinking about your
Exactly.
presentation right now.
Clipboard. So next time, please.
Yes,
This
please.
wasn't so great. Some of your solutions sounded very nice to me. I like them. I like the way you look. You dressed up very nicely for the presentation,
you.
which is also very important. But and finally, you are part of Sunshine Restaurant. Stop referring to it as a third person. They. No, it's you.
It's we.
It's we. Okay. So you have to first acknowledge that you're part of the problem, and then when you're solving it, it's personal to you. It'll help you think about it. It brings your solutions home. Than when you think about it as a certain entity somewhere. It's you. All right. So
Thank you.
please update your technology.
What's
And also
the reason
remember that you are
for
part of
that?
something.
Because I was also
Flexible.
concerned that you came with your old.
So the honest truth is that we encountered a
challenge.
challenge.
A
So-
technological
a technological challenge. So we had to
outmoded.
just
It's your
We had to
computer outmoded.
improvise.
It's your laptop outmoded.
You should add it to your solution.
Can you type on a POS so that maybe use that for your presentation?
I threw the question of cost to the ladies because I was expecting you to see the easiest thing could probably just change the market you're buying from.
Yeah.
Some markets are cheaper. Kaswa is cheaper. Bobolo is cheaper. Mala market is more expensive. So you just want to check where am I buying my stuff from. Your first solution, growing the thing, trust me, it might even increase your cost.
Rather.
Yes, it might growing the thing also might increase your cost because you're just thinking of having a piece of land going to grow it, but it has a lot of things involved.
Oh, but
having a
backyard
security
farming,
man.
you can have all those, boxes that you grow.
But if you're at a production level, if it's for your home, fine. But as a production level, that's a different
It
game
may not be
altogether.
adequate.
Yeah.
Altogether, right? Can I see your next slide after this?
Oh, they had more.
Okay.
Yes, they showed it to us.
Oh, they showed this to us as well.
Yeah, so that's
Our time,
it.
Oh, they showed
our time
all.
is
They
up,
showed
by the
everything.
way.
That's it.
So thank you so
Well
much.
done.
Fix
Thank
your
you.
outdated
Yeah.
technology.
we will. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. All the best. Thank you.
Okay,
So
so Bella,
for-
this is what happens on Top Interns.
I mean, it's more
fun.
grueling than this.
Okay.
Because, at least for us, we're to some extent, medium
Scratching
business
the surface.
experts. These are professors in marketing and sales.
Wow.
We have technology experts
Wow.
who come in and they ask very deep questions and you need to
Right.
defend.
Right.
And the problem is, if you're not able to defend, your teammates are supposed to nominate the weakest link. That makes you up for eviction, and then they'll have to evict too. So it's quite grueling, I wouldn't lie. It's not an easy one, but Jeremiah is
much.
here. Very scary. So far, what do you make? And of course, giving viewers a chance to understand what the Top
Happens,
Intern is all about.
So I came into this looking for the ability to think. I think that they can think. Both groups. The second group, they just didn't handle their presentation well. But that's the thing. You have to master communication. You can be brilliant, but if you don't communicate well, it will affect you. And communication here is not just about being able to speak well, how your ideas are presented. Because honestly, if you look at the quality of ideas that both groups presented, there's not much difference. But once showed it to us, we can see it. There's
was tangible.
aesthetic. It's nicely presented. We were able to connect with it better than the what do you call it? The sheets that wasn't really working, and they couldn't even finish it. So it's not enough to be brilliant. You have to master how to communicate your brilliant thoughts well.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
All right.
That's great.
Amazing.
Thank you very
Well,
much. Anyway.
voting doesn't happen, by the way, because I've seen a few messages where people are asking, how can we vote for our favorite? So they only amongst themselves nominate the weakest link, and based on their presentation prowess, the judges on the night, the faculty, will now evict 2 people. And so all we need is for you to continue watching. Eventually, when we get to the finale, we'll spell out the details as to how you can participate and help select.
So
your
there's
favorite.
going to be only one winner.
Only one.
Only one winner
On
out of the 10
top
that are
intern.
left. Okay.
Yes, it's going to
All
be
right.
interesting.
All
We
right.
want to find out if you could choose whoever you think stands out at this point and is more likely to win. Let us know. The hashtag is TV3 New Day.
Okay.
Do you want to nominate anybody as a potential winner at this moment?
The gentleman who presented for the first group that came, I think he speaks and communicates well. He was bold enough to even accept criticism, and when you ask the questions, he's not fumbling or shaking or anything. Whereas the second presenter seemed a little disorganized, in his thoughts and in his presentation.
I
you
don't want
may
to hold brief for him, but when you're going to do a presentation and your technology malfunctions,
I can imagine.
It can make you nervous.
Throw you off. Yeah,
It
it
can
can throw you
he
off.
seems like a very smart young man.
He is, actually.
And I think if they didn't have the challenge they had, they would have done so much better.
If you're for,
yeah.
They didn't pray. They didn't pray.
If you're for, no. When the young ones, no, when you're free, so that they can thrive. Anyway, special happy birthday going out to my dad, Mr. Sufyan of the Institute of Local Government Studies in Tamale. It's coming from Shakira. We had to do this one before going. So, Mr. Sufyan, happy birthday to you. It's coming from Shakira. If it's your birthday as well, you are blessed and highly favored. Congratulations to you on your birthday. Enjoy. Invite us to the party. Any birthdays before we go? Any
Not
birthdays?
for me at this point.
Okay.
I think it's
All right.
Auntie Afi's birthday today.
Oh,
because
Jadelle?
I saw, yes.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
her birthday. I saw a post earlier wishing her a happy birthday.
Oh, then I
so-
didn't see it.
Auntie
Auntie
Afi,
Afi,
we
happy
love
birthday.
you.
Happy
Yes,
birthday
yes,
to
yes,
you.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway,
That's-
All
thank
right.
you, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, thank you so much. We would love to have you again.
I think we
though.
should do this every
Maybe
week.
as you progress. Yes, as you
This is
progress,
fun.
we
Yeah, we'll do it
want to
again.
know the progression of
I
the
agree.
contestants. Yeah.
Well-
But ultimately, how much are they winning? 100,000?
We'll wait and see.
All right. Okay.
had
Thank you
fun.
so much.
You
I
have
had fun
We
too.
should do this every week, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think
Deal.
so. I think so.
Oliver, we're bringing Jeremiah back next week.
Yeah.
So get ready
yeah.
for that.
Fantastic.
But yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for staying with us this morning. We are back again at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of our programming. Thank you so much.